We have with us this afternoon Dindo Manhit of the Strat-Base Group. Sir, magandang hapon and thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Magandang hapon, Ed. Magandang hapon, Ami and Ronald.
Yes, sir.
Hapon,
Hi, Dindo.
Thank you for joining us, Dindo, of course, from Strat-Base. Sir, we were reading with interest yung latest SWS results. 5 out of 10 Filipinos agree that the former president must face accountability for his actions dun sa drug war. In any way, are we seeing any shift in the public perception of how this should be treated?
We are not seeing any shift except that we saw the same number before the arrest of the president. And we felt after the arrest of the president, massive disinformation, massive trolls really affected the view of the Philippines. So it went down to 20. Now, when we thought it was quiet time and the ICC case was supposed to commence end of September, we thought of asking it. And this is the result we got. This was as of end of September, and we just received this result over the weekend, so we felt like sharing this.
Ilan ang tutol, Dindo?
Ang tutol ay limited lang to 32. So when you say only 7, basically 7 out of 10 Filipinos might like the president to be made accountable kasi 3 out of 10 lang ang tutol talaga.
So yung 2 out of 10, anong kanilang pakiramdam?
Ano lang talaga yan, may...
undecided? Are they undecided? Or,
no, undecided is simply 15. Yung sa disagree, andyan lang yung strongly disagree is actually 22% only. Kaya, so it's across the archipelago, this national survey, and if not for Mindanao, we even got 39% results sa Mindanao. You can imagine if it was in the same 50, just like the rest of, this could have been 6 out of 10. It was just pulled down by respondents from Mindanao.
For our listeners, ano yung pinakamalaking lugar na nag-agree?
Na dapat siya ay panagutin.
Yes.
Statistical tie sila. National Capital Region at 53 and Visayas at 54%.
And then balance the zone at 52, I think.
52. Kaya when you look at it, it's basically a statistical tie when from the area. So it's across our regions of Luzon and Visayas.
So from 20%, tumaas siya to 50%.
Yes. So
after nung
naitanong namin kasi
over
yung 20,
months.
I think. Latter part of, just a month after the arrest, mga April, nakita namin yung numero was 20%.
Malaki yun, Malaki yung tinaas, 30%.
From 20 to 50%, 30 percentage points.
And we asked it twice. Sa Pulse Asia, it was 20, if I remember. Tapos sa social registration, it was 25%. Ito yung mga few weeks after the arrest.
Anong tingin mo?
I always attribute that.
Anong tingin mo, Dindo? Bakit? Anong pinanggalingan?
Ang tingin dito, ang pinanggalingan talaga to is there's a core constituency that we have seen since 2023 that ranges really from 40... Umabot pa nga tayo ng June 2024 to 59%. So may constituency talaga na within 50 to 59% that we have been tracking since 2023. It's just that the arrest and the noise that we saw in social media, even as some would say, Reuters, I remember reporting it massive in the Twitter or X account that pulled it down. So ito yung natural base ng concern na ito, na dapat may panagutin at panagutin sa pagpatay during the drug wars. So klaro yung salitang killings. Pag doon tumataas ang agreement na panagutin dapat ang dating Pangulo.
Sa tingin mo din medyo tataas pa yan kasi sabi mo parang may core constituency na supporting accountability sa drug war Sa tingin mo may pag-asa pa yan lumakas pa lalo?
Lalakas pa yan pag nagpatuloy yung case sa ICC, lumabas ang mga ebidensya, makita natin magsalita ang mga witnesses or mga affected individuals or families. Kasi ngayon, ang dominant is yung noise ni VP Sara, di ba? Na alam naman natin, pananaw nila or spin nila, hindi yung case talaga. So pag lumabas yon at ma-report dito sa Pilipinas kung ano man na nangyayari sa The Hague, sa ICC, mas lalakas pa yan. Kasi nga, lalo pag may issue ng napatay, pumatay. At lalo kung talagang may balita tayo na nagnanais din ng iba't ibang puwersa sa civil society na magkaroon ng isang truth commission na may ilabas yung mga pangalan ng mga victims ng drug war.
Pero sir, what could bring the numbers down again? Kasi we saw the numbers go down after the arrest. So there's no guarantee that nothing could happen, nothing would happen to bring the numbers down again of those who want accountability.
That's a possibility of any public survey. And as I've said, what was critical, and we saw it in our data analytics, the 3 weeks after the arrest, massive disinformation, fake news, that was covered by different fact checkers. And also we saw it even in our tracking from third-party groups that worked with us to see where did this issue or where did this noise come from. So yun ang kailangan bantayan. Let's just be factual na may drug war, nagkaroon ng patayan. That will keep the numbers high. Because
may impact ba yung impeachment ni, kasi medyo magkasabayan, may impact ba yung impeachment ni Vice President Duterte diyan sa support for accountability sa drug war? Di ba naghahalo-halo yung dalawa yan? Parehong Duterte yan eh. Kasi sabi nila the two factors contributed to the underwhelming performance ng alyansa ng eleksyon, Pero dito kaya may impact din yung impeachment dito sa perceptions, dito sa issue na to?
Itong perception to Ami, napakaklaro yung pinangalan kasi President Duterte na namuno ng drug war at yung mga kamatayan. So it's clear na it's para kay yung issue to is accountability ng dating Pangulo. Yung impeachment has a different impact. And we saw that declining until natabunan itong arrest. Nagkaroon ng sympathy support para kay VP. So it's possible na pag may suporta for accountability sa dating Pangulo, tatamaan din ng suporta para kay Vice President. So magandang tingnan natin yung trust rating niya moving forward or performance rating. Kasi nakita natin bumaba ito ng konti nung June. Pumalo towards after the arrest ng April, May, pero nung June, bumaba slightly. So baka bumaba ulit. Yan ang bantayan na lang natin.
Dindo, indicatively, itong nangyaring pag-reject ng ICC sa interim release ni ex-President Digong, tingin mo yan ay makaka-generate ng sympathy for Duterte or mas makaka-generate ng pagsang-ayon na siya ay dapat talagang litisin?
Ang sympathy kasi napansin talaga namin na sa isyong ito, ang sympathy is driven by the information that the public gets. So ito ay laban ng information na nanggagaling sa mga nagkaso, ano ba yung mga ebidensya na ilalatag sa ICC, at saka information na patuloy na sinishare na illegal ang pag-arrest, matanda na, nakapreso pa, kawawa naman, solo doon, walang kasama. Can you imagine as if he was not in prison? Diba? So may mga ganong disinformation na nangyayari at dahil doon, nagkakaroon ng sympathy. So yun ang dapat ding tingnan ng mga nais na panagutin ang Pangulong Duterte, kailangan talagang ilatag nila, ilabas sa taong bayan.
Pero for now, Dindo, for now na mismo yung ICC ay binanggit yung mga statements si Vice President Sara as the main reason sa pag-reject ng kanyang release, no?
Interim release.
Interim release, no? Yan ba ay makaka-generate ng sympathy or yan ba ay lalong magpapalaki ng 50%?
Mahirap sagutin yan kasi ang aming datos ay base sa itatawag nga natin snapshot at that moment. Tinanong natin to, walang pag-uusap na ganyan. Ako naniniwala ako na may consistency that palaging pag may negative news tungkol sa mga Duterte, pumapalo ang kanilang social media warriors. So if you want it to rise, or gusto nating mapanatili ito, kailangan ilabas yung mga dokumento, ebidensya, at ilatag sa publiko.
Sir, ako, one last question from me. Medyo long shot to, but I don't know if you see any connections or any links. Itong puputok na mga issue about the flood control projects, Zaldico, Martin Romualdez, would this have any future effect or impact on the numbers as we go down to the fourth quarter?
Walang kinalaman do sa issue ng drug war kasi separate ang issue yan, mas may epekto yan sa awareness, trust rating, and issues of urgent national concern. Kapansin-pansin, nailabas yata ito ng Pulse Asia this afternoon, and we are one of their sponsors in that survey, ay pumalo ang corruption. And that is, for me, a historical high. That is nearly a statistical tie with inflation, which is always on top of mind of people. So ibang issue yan, pero nasa top of mind ng tao. So tingnan natin kung ano epekto na to sa mga national leaders natin.
Pahabol din doon, no? Yung ADR kasi, yung institute nyo, gumagawa ng survey sa maraming mga bagay, no? At marami kayong kinokontrata na iba't ibang survey firms. From your 360-degree vision, itong mga surveys na ito, tingin mo may correlation ba yung pagtaas at pagbaba ng approval rating ng presidente o ng gobyerno dito sa mga ratings katulad na ito in relation dito sa arrest or trial ni Duterte? Ibig bang sabihin kung meron kang more than 50% na sang-ayon na siya ay litisin, ibig bang sabihin yan automatically na tumataas ang approval rating ng presidente? May ganun bang correlation?
Walang correlation yan na Ronald kasi maaring kung ito ay talagang mapanagot, papalo ang Pangulo. No? But right now, this is seen independently of the actions of our President. Ang actions sa ating President, I think, is really being viewed from his performance as President on key issues like inflation, governance, kahirapan, gutom. So doon siya sinusukat. No? Kaya doon siya dapat natin tingnan. At
Okay.
Did we get cut?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ewan ko, nakat ba siya?
Okay.
Nakat ba siya?
Okay.
Dindo, you're still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay na?
Yeah,
Okay na ba tayo?
Yeah.
Narinig naman, Ronald, yung sagot.
Yeah. Salamat.
Narinig.
Okay, sir.
Salamat, Dindo.
Maraming salamat for joining Storycon.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you, sir.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Dindo.
Bye-bye.
Statbase Group's Dindo Manhit.